Well, hi everyone, and welcome to our first YouTube Live. This is exciting. We have a special guest as well, and looking forward to hearing their story. But I am a chiropractor by trade. I'm more of a holistic approach, and I started my spiritual journey back in 2006, and has been guided to study under different teachers. I came across Master Shah's work back in 2015, and then through that, I was just led through different paths and came to connect with Jung and Vivian and Scott just recently in 2018 on my way back from California. I stopped by East Eddy Ranch and something triggered me to come back in August. And when I got back, went back to East Eddy Ranch in August, the higher power, the spiritual realm, has a purpose for our group. For no apparent reason why I needed to be there, they guided me there. And the minute when I got to East Eddy Ranch, I met Jung. He introduced himself, and it was like a long lost brother that I haven't seen for a long time. We have so much to talk about. We just clicked. And one thing led to another. Scott came in, and the three of us became inseparable. And we were like, oh, this is something that we needed to do. And sure enough, they gave us confirmation after confirmation after confirmation of what is it that we needed to do. And they led us to the Hopis, they led us to San Diego, and now they're asking us to go to Hawaii to do the drive-in activation. So it's constantly being guided because there is an urgency for us to serve humanity and Gaia at this time. And I'm sure that those that are listening can resonate to this with our group. So without further ado, how about Vivian? Her mic is off. There you go. My mic was off. Hi, I'm Vivian. My background is in science, and I'm a stay-at-home mom now. And I had my first awakening back in 2016. And since then, I've been on my spiritual journey. And then I joined the group Radiate Up, and Jung is my brother. And so now we're just trying to get the words out, get the message out, and try to help awaken humanity. So with that, I'll pass it on to Scott. Yeah, your mic, Scott.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
okay. Better.
Yes.
Hey, my name is Scott, and by trade I'm a massage therapist, and I've been waking up and having a lot of interesting experiences, and I decided that I wanted to explore what was happening up at East Eddy Ranch, and I had a feeling that if I went up there, I would find the people that I was spoken with, and as soon as the event was starting to happen, it happened in just a matter of minutes. And we have this incredible connection that's put us on the path that we're on. And now it's taking us to Hawaii very soon. So we're really, really excited about that and activating ourselves further along in this process. So thanks.
And I would want to welcome Portia, our amazing friend, and she has with her a group of wonderful people that she will be introducing. Beloved Portia, share a little bit about yourself and then introduce the band.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Judy and Moon and Vivian and Scott. We're so excited to be here on Radiate Up. Really, your show is so magical for people on their spiritual journey and creative art and just the flow of love. And we just wanted to thank you from the bottom of our heart for having us here. So thank you so much, and thank you for this show and for everybody watching tonight. And just wanted to wish our and I would say because I'm from Hawaii, aloha to everyone, and since you will be there in March with everyone at the workshop, aloha, which means great love. So wanting to just connect our hearts to your hearts. And tonight we're so excited. We're having our amazing band. It's they're radio goose. That's what their name is, and you can find out more about that as the show goes on. But it's really creating love and oneness and also magic in the world. So we're so grateful that all of them are here. And I want to introduce everybody. In the first row, it's Ryan. So all of them write songs. All
Wow.
of them collaborate and play, and some of them play many different instruments. So when we get to the second half of the show, where you can listen to the music and they have like very original, creative work. And this will be the first time kind of publicly. A lot of it is played. So congratulations to Radiate Up for having them here. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah. So Ryan, songwrite, and if I could say this, one of his songs is actually in round two of an international song contest.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
I know.
Congratulations.
It's amazing. And that's not the end of it. A lot of them that write songs and put all the music together, some of their other songs are also doing very well. So this is Ryan, and he is actually, this is great because his father is right here, and this is Jim. Yeah, and Jim also, yeah. Jim also does music. He's vocalist, like Ryan is as well. And they both play instruments, guitar and just other instruments, drums as well. So it's actually wonderful. And here is James. And James is amazing too. He's kind of like the musical arranger. So he does a lot of the arrangements of the songs. He plays guitar. He plays a lot of different things. He plays bass and keyboards, and yeah, he plays amazing. And also behind here we have Steve. So he plays drums and he plays guitar. And yeah. As well. So it's amazing. And then we have Rob as well. So he does guitar and he songwrites and they all collaborate. And this is the beautiful thing about this band. We were just talking about how energetic and how creative, we talk about on Radiate Up how the creative life force flows through everyone, right? That beautiful dragon energy, it activates and this life force comes out and just amazing magic. So I just wanted to say this is Radio Goo, the Oneness Band, and introduce them to all of you out there. And so grateful that they're here, that they can tell you more about their story and more about the magic of music. And I'm just very, very excited. So I will leave it to them, and I'll join you in the second half of the show when they get to play music and take you into the band room and all of that fun. So I will turn the time back to you folks for all the questions and all the magic. Thank you.
Thank you, Portia. Thank you, Portia.
Oh,
So excited. It's so fun. Okay. I think your computer froze there. Well, welcome, Radio Goo. How exciting. And we are so glad and so blessed to have you on. What an exciting group of talented individuals. So my next question would be, how did the band come together as a group, as a family?
So I guess I'll take that one. Um, Ryan and I started out as just a father and son band,
Mm-hmm.
playing mostly just around the house and at friends' places and whatnot. And then we decided to start a band in 2014. And through the course of that, we met James as a key, and we were looking for the fifth Beatle, and that happened to be Rob. Rob. And it was a perfect fit. So we had gone through several guitarists before we landed with Rob, and so that's pretty much how the band started.
Mm-hmm. So it's so amazing how you started with just a father and a son, and then all of a sudden you wanted. What inspired you to create a band, and what was the mission or the ultimate goal for the band?
When we first started, it was more for the enjoyment of just playing music.
Mm.
We had been writing our own songs, Ryan and I, and just learning, our craft. But just the enjoyment of playing with other musicians and playing live, that was important to us. And so when we met James and T, we were playing different clubs around the Portland, Vancouver area.
Ah.
And from there, after Rob came in the band, we started to really work on our own original music. And James introduced us to, let me take it from there. You introduced us to Portia. And the rest is history, as they say.
So fun. That's great. I would have popped back in every single time. Just joking.
I think you should just sit there, dear.
Yeah. All right. I'll sit here for a bit.
We got together on the anniversary of Love Peace Harmony.
Ah.
I invited Portia to come. We had talked about the band, and she said that maybe we needed another vehicle to make this music happen. And I had been over to her place. We'd been writing songs for a songwriting contest, and we worked on a Val Science song, and we were working on Love Peace Harmony. But I hadn't shown it to the band, so she came in with the band, and our practices aren't really necessarily that close. We don't really have that many guests that come to see us in the rehearsal place because it's a kind of I'm not gonna say sacred, but it's just kind of a private moment, and we can all kind of just do our own thing without having to be judged.
Mm.
So of course she came in and everybody kind of like, okay, and she said, well, I have this idea, and we were working on a song called Fireplace. And she showed us the Left Piece Harmony and talked about it, and then the band just kind of stumbled through it a little bit. And I remember it going better than what it sounded like on the recording. But then you listen to the recording, it's like, oh, there's a lot of rough moments. But there was still some magic to it. And then we finished working on a song called Higher Places. I was like, God, that's really awesome title for a song, Higher Places. And she goes, and I really like the vibe and the groove of the song. That song now is become, it's Higher Places, but it's also become our Da I song.
Oh.
And so we used Da I in the chorus there. And it just kind of started from there. And I didn't know how the band was going to interpret all this. And it just kind of just flowed so naturally. It's like there's really hard to put in words because it was just like, oh, it just moved as it needed to move. And every step was perfect. And we had the show come up for November 2nd. And the songs just all flowed for us. And each individual band member has kind of taken on their own aspect of the song. Like Ryan sings Namo Ami Kofo.
Oh, wow.
And we have our own arrangement on that. And it just, he took to it. And it's just like, he owned it. And it's like, wow, this is good. And the very first original we were working on was one that Jim wrote, and that's called Heaven. And English Auspicious, that was the first song that we did. And then everybody else has kind of been forward thinking in all this. It's like, what can I bring to the table to make this work? And if they get blocked a little bit, a mental block, that's okay, because now they've got their books and their calligraphies, and they're going to do their forgiveness practices and their calligraphy tracing, and it moves them right along.
That's so beautiful, James, how you speak about, the calligraphy and the blockages. And it wasn't a mental block, it was more of a spiritual block that once we did the forgiveness practice, that actually opens up our ability to actually connect with our higher aspect, and the flow just comes. And definitely Master Sha's teaching is such a wisdom to learn, to actually apply that. I noticed that when when there's blockages, the forgiveness practice do tend to help.
Yeah. Dr. Judy, can I say something? I don't want to take the whole interview, but I want to say this because I was there on that day. So just another, experience is when I walked into the room, I could feel the magic of the vibe and the band so like positive, so overflowing with creativity. I literally walked in the room and I sat down and I was just gonna listen. And all of a sudden they're playing like Higher Places and Heaven. And then they heard the Love Peace Harmony song and then they just started composing.
Wow.
Like 8 minutes. I have it on my phone. And it was just magic after magic. And even like Higher Places or Heaven, I think it was like one of the first times you guys were recording that, right?
Yeah, the first thing
Yeah.
wrote it. Yeah, wrote it the week before, and then that was the first time we were recording it.
Yeah, it was so magical. I was like listening to it, all these vibes were coming in. I could feel like, and it was the anniversary of the Love Peace Harmony song.
Oh, wow.
It was actually that day. I think, what is that, September? Something around there. But it was actually that amazing, magical day, and I was there in the middle of the room, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is like bliss out. All these vibes, and everything was just like so alive. Like when you're in a concert, it's like so alive, and you can actually like feel it everywhere on every pore of your body. It's going through your ears and it's coming out of your eyes and your mouth. So, it's just like pouring into this band is super magical. And I remember they were playing, was it Higher Places or Heaven? It was like one of the first times when they were just vibing and really inspired. And they're like, did you get that? Did you record that version? And I'm like, I just walked in the door. I didn't even know it was like, it's original music. I didn't even know it was right. But in my heart, I was like, oh, this is pure magic. So there's something very special about this band. And that's why I really, want to be really associated with it and really promote the concerts and the soul healing things that they're doing. And just each member is super creative. They write, they support each other, which in a lot of bands maybe that doesn't go on as much. And there isn't really, I can't find it if there is a lot of ego in it. I really. What I feel when I'm in their presence is a lot of love. And like, how can I help this person? How can I help that person like develop that song or encourage them? You know what I mean? It's like very generous. It's a generosity of spirit. It's very dragon like, you know what I mean? So I love that energy. So I'm sorry, that's all I wanted to say. But so thank you so much.
So you're one of those spokesperson for any of us that any of us think of this song.
I'm part of the soul of it, but it's nice to get another perspective. Because if the band members tell you about it, it's one thing. But if someone else coming in that really doesn't even know them very well and they're so open and they're like, hey, sit here and listen to this. What do you think? And did you get that? Did you record that? I'm like, I just loved it. Really did. I'm so open. I love that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you.
So I'm curious, Portia mentioned that the band's name is Radio Goo. What's behind the name and why did you decide on that name?
Originally, the name was Radio Goo Goo, and a decision was made in the band to drop one of the goos. And wasn't one of the bandmates, but one of the goos. So the name actually came from the song by Queen, the group Queen. That in the song it says Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga.
Oh.
And in the song it says all we hear is Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. And so from that, the music that we would then put together was, like goo. So radio, goo, and we would come together.
Oh. Let's see. Do you have any questions, Scott?
Well, I heard they wrote a song about dragon breath. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Jim. Yes.
But that song was more of a takeoff of one of Paul's practices with the hey hong hong ha for Fireplace. And I just kind of was I turned on all my downloads and transmissions, and I was just kind of just sitting in the living room, and I was like, I'm really going to write a song about this. And I thought, oh, I want to write a song about divine love. I started working on the album, but I couldn't get it. And it's like, oh, well, I'll go to bed. Next, got up, sat down, and was kind of going through the who like the book. And I saw the Hey Hong Kong Ha calligraphy, and I thought, that'd be really good for it. Would be a really fun song to play. And it just came instantly. You know, and kind of we tweaked it a little bit, got some information, some assistance from some other people, and then back to the guys, and there we go. What's great about that song is the words are really kind of hard to say if you're not used to it. So it's fun to kind of have a play history. But it's also kind of fun to see the blockages removed. The more we play it, the more solid the song becomes, the more identity it has, and the easier it becomes to sing. And I know it's difficult repetition, but you can see all the blockages kind of like now the song flows instead of anybody really working hard against the song. They just kind of gives themselves to the song, and it just really has its own identity now. And people feel the playfulness and the power in the song.
Oh, that's fantastic. I can't hear everything you say. I'm sorry, spoke up a little bit on my end. So, with your name, Radio Goo, it sounds like you guys grew up listening to a lot of radio back in the day.
Yeah,
Old time rock and roll, that type of stuff. Do you guys have a common kind of hero between yourselves that you all enjoy that inspired you?
Probably the most common one would be the Beatles. That would probably be the most common, but from there, we each really do have different pioneers would be toys. David Bowie right now. Yeah. For me, it was Elvis Presley growing up. And just a variety of the 70s bands. Chicago, all of that.
I think, it's all over the map, but the really 70s is big for me. And if I was going to say overall the theme and why I felt so at home in Sparrowway, there's something about the music of the 70s. I mean, all of it, but I mean, something happened that decade right before I was kind of in the world. The 70s is our hero.
Yeah.
Well, for me, being a drummer and a songwriter, I'm big into some of my biggest influences was Rush, and not just for the great drumming, but for the outstanding lyric writing of the drummer that he did. It's so there's 40 years worth of great material, and also somebody might not notice, but Neil Diamond was a huge influence on me. Yeah, and so. But yeah, there's a certain thing, like Rob was saying, with the 70s music. And really, kind of like Rob pointed out, that was kind of like our biggest influence in this band. It would be some of those great hits from the 70s that they just had a certain vibe, certain feel. Things weren't too electronic. They were still organic and they had good harmonies. And we're about playing in harmony. We don't want to make a bunch of noise. We want to work in harmony and bring love, peace, and harmony through the music.
Interesting.
And healing.
Yes. So since you are incorporating the 1970s and now we're almost in the 2020, how does that energy, music-wise, and now that you are composing this more of a spiritual song, how has that affected you as a musician, as an individual? Where is it taking you?
Fireplace. It's been a lot of growing everywhere, musically, life-wise. We've all had massive life changes recently with opening up our abilities as musicians and just progressing through life
the best we can now.
I have a question. When did you started to discover your connections and passions for music?
I think for most of us, for me, it was at a very young age, and it was as a singer, trying to emulate Elvis or Neil Diamond, the Beatles, Beach Boys, some of those early musicians, like James said earlier, that you hear a song and it just like struck you like a bolt of lightning. And it's like, this is what I want to do.
I see.
Wow. And that goes for everybody in the group?
Yeah, I remember when I was getting ready to go to summer camp, my first day, they came and picked me up, and the people had we had a microbus, Volkswagen microbus, and they turned on the radio and Sunshine of Your Love was playing. And it was like, wow, this, and I just heard that. I'd never heard that music before, and I was like, this is really good. So I thought, this is something I want to do. And then a few years later, my parents got divorced, but my father said, let's go see this movie called Yes Song. And my dad was a real Yes fan, and he loved All Good People and Roundabout and all those songs. And so we went to go see this movie, Yes Songs. And I saw Steve Howe up there just playing guitar like that, and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. That's it. That's what I'm going to do right there. And it's like, but before then it's like I saw the Partridge Family, and I saw, that's how you do it. That's how you play. That's what you kind of do, because there was nothing like that on TV. So I go from like listening to Cream to seeing the Partridge Family to seeing Yes Songs. I'm like, I really like this, and then that was my pursuit. And of course, it's kind of funny is that my parents got divorced, and my mother said, I'm going to buy you a guitar, $25 silver tone, the most incredibly difficult guitar to play in the world. And if you stay with this for a year, I'll buy you a better guitar.
Oh,
I stuck with it for a year, and I got a better guitar.
wow.
Well, I'm doing this because I don't want you to fall into, drugs, and I don't want you to kind of go down the dark path. And so I start playing music, and I start getting into bands, and then the bands start going into drinking and doing drugs. But there's this kind of vicious circle that you have to kind of be careful. It's like, and then my father would be like, you need to get out of the music business. There's too much heartache, and there's too much destruction and self-destruction, and we need to get out of this business. But every time I walked away, I got pulled back in, and it just, it's afforded me to see the world many different ways and at many different times. It's just been really a fantastic journey through music, and it's always been there, and it'll always be there for me. And I get together with these guys, and we don't. There doesn't need to be a lot of talking. We just kind of start playing, and we all kind of know from each other's experiences and our past what we like and what we have a connection from the past of that style of music, and we just kind of bring it in. And when so we can say, play a beat like this, play a guitar sound like this, or do a solo like that, we all kind of know what we're supposed to do, and it makes it happen. But it doesn't really take very much direction in this thing. Just basically someone comes in with an idea, and we go with it. But we also know too that if it doesn't work for us at that point, and we brought it in, but we don't like what it's sounding like, no one is offended by needing to change any aspect of the song, because we're for the greater good of the song, and it's very, like Portia had said earlier, it's a very, very little ego in this band. Yeah. People that had ego in this band are no longer in this band. True statement.
Yeah. The only thing I would add is that, with the dragon song, Dr. Judy, it was actually pretty synchronistic because I was flying back actually from Hawaii, and it's like a 6-hour trip, on the airplane. And the back there's always some discomfort. So I was chanting the Hey Hung Hong Ha chant, and I because that helps to build the lower dantian and the soul houses in the lower area, and helps to support the lower back. It's the energy center. And then at that same time, James was actually writing that Hey Hung Home. It's like very synchronistic, and it's like that with all these people in the band. I've noticed that. It's like when I was there for the Love Peace Harmony Day, the first time I met them, it's like one person would play chords or music and the other person would just vibe and they would listen. But they wouldn't listen like I could see on the mental level. They were listening with the heart and the soul. I was like, oh, let's do this and let's just go with it. And it was like this most amazing like flow, flow. And at that time, I also talked to James, and I was like, oh, I was just on the this show, Radiate Up, and they love dragons, and he was like, oh, let's call this song like Dragon's Breath because there's like fire. So it was super like simplistic, but it's very reminiscent of like how all these amazing magical people are connected at the heart and soul. And so that's really, really cool. So I can't wait for you to listen to their music because you can really feel it. It's not like a mental connection, it's like a soul connection. So yeah, that's gonna be really exciting. They promised to play that song.
Yay! Looking forward to that. So, I know there's a lot of band out there, but can you tell us what makes your band unique?
And I think some of what we've all been speaking to relates to that. To kind of crystallize it, we collaborate.
Yeah.
We always have. We have different members will take the lead different times. James has always been the one, as Portia said, the ranger, but not in an ego way. And theoretically it would have been Jim's band, right? He was the lead singer primarily, right? Um, he started the band, but his attitude was always, what does everyone have that's special? What can everyone bring in? Not, please do this to support my music. It was always fun, and we all like trading off, taking the lead on stage, in rehearsal, whatever. And so that collaboration leads to some moments where we can, again, everyone's just finger, we just jam. That was what Portia was saying, what James was saying. That's because we're collaborators. We come in there and yeah, you could be, any one of us could be off writing a song and thinking of an idea, but when we're jamming without any idea, no preconception what's going to happen, he starts a beat and that there's a feeling. And then we all jump in. That's an example. If anyone gets started, we all start creating a sound together. And then from that, it might be that a melody starts to emerge. And then from the melody, we're humming, and then suddenly words start to emerge, and then oh, that's what it's about. It's not, oh, we're going to write a song. This kind of collaborative spirit leads to music that, because it comes from a feeling, it ends up being music that gives you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so awesome. Great dynamic there.
Yeah, it's such a confirmation, the fluidity, the unity. When we were in Arizona at the Hopi Reservation, one of the Star Nation kids, the Syrian B, they're the masters. And the key thing to working on the spiritual journey really as a group is to be united and to be able to move through as a group with each other and support that one another. And you guys exemplify that so beautifully. Like you could take any one of you, and if somebody is not well, you can kind of step up and perform, and vice versa. So that's so beautiful to hear that.
If I could add one more thing about this band that I love, and I'm quite busy, but I choose the people that I really feel heart connection with and love and help, and we help each other. But one thing that I would say that a lot of people can learn from this band is like exactly what you said. And I wish I saw it more often. I'm seeing it now, but when people are very generous, when they listen to people and it's like this, like, oh, play that, or oh, that could be something, and you actually inspire and you value people. Do you know what I mean? In this world, that's what actually we need more of. We need people that are supportive of each other and don't say, like, oh no, I don't think that's gonna work with this, because then you actually block people that way instead of find out what the connection is, and what's the positivity about something, and never discount people for their talent, because you could easily dissuade people from their dream and their passion that way, especially early on in entertainment and music. But what I've seen from this group is that they're all about supporting each other like a family and a team. That's why their music is so pleasant to listen to. That's why, because you can hear the harmony in their music, because there's harmony in the band, in the family. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's actually inherent in the vibe. So when you go to see them, and they've had a concert and they're going to have another one coming up next week, and it's like we're really looking forward to it, because every place they play, people, the groups really love it. They're dancing and singing and they're smiling and they're just like, when's your CD coming out? And they just want the vibe. They want to be in that field. We talk about the oneness and the love field.
Yeah.
All their songs have it. There's not one song that I've listened to. I'm like, oh, I really don't want that on the CD. I don't want to hear that one. It's kind of like, no, this is great, and it's coming from such a high vibration, and people can listen to it and be inspired, and they can create their own creative work. And that's one of the things that's going to be really cool. I was telling them about Scott Dragon and, like, oh, you could do music and Scott could do the soul painting, or you could, craft this, and just have that musical vibe playing, because music connects us. They were talking about Neil Diamond, and I was thinking back, and that's what I grew up on, because my father and mother loved Neil Diamond. And I listened to a Neil Diamond song this morning, actually, in a fitness class. And I was just, all these memories came flooding into my heart, And I'm like, oh man, I can remember my family dancing around and singing to the song and watching the jazz singer on, his like all of it came back, and suddenly I was so happy. So music does that. It connects us back to the best part of ourselves. So it's really, really cool. So yeah, I could talk all night about this band, I guess.
It's true that music is the language of humanity. It's the language of the soul. And it's interesting how you say that we can collaborate sometimes in the future, because we do have a message that our next workshop is going to be in California, and it's going to be on sound, vibration, energy healing. We don't have the whole information yet, but that was the message that we are guided to do, and it's going to be in the Integratron area. So
in May, right, in California.
In May, yes.
If they have their CD out, then we could play some music.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. It's a vibrating place, and all the sound goes out. It's like this really sacred area. California. California.
Yes. You guys have Portia, have they checked the Joshua Tree Music Festival that's happening May 16th to the 19th? I think the girls can play there too.
Really? They could play there?
Yeah, can register and play. There's going to be a lot of people going there, so that'd be a great exposure for Radio Goo, bringing love. I mean, that's what it's all about. Joshua Tree. We need more of this love vibration energy.
Cool. Okay, we'll check it out.
I'll send you some information on that.
Thank you, Dr. Judy.
Yeah. So it's exciting to see that. I think the spiritual masters are working behind the scenes as all of these awakened souls are beginning to take a role on what their true purpose or their true calling is. And as I'm seeing with your group and our group, it's just so inspiring to see that those of us who are awake and ready to serve is moving forward and bringing more and more of this information to humanity, so we can hold down that light, so more and more humanity can be awakened. And that's a definite confirmation there I just got, that we are to hold that light in order to serve more humanity to enlighten them. And the more that we can bring forth the light, the more that they will start questioning, start searching, start now connecting with their higher aspect. So this is so beautiful.
Yeah. I saw your post, Dr. Judy, on the new music of the future, and I'm totally on it. I actually think it is that music is medicine.
Yes.
That it actually is the new way that people can elevate and radiate up. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. And I think that this band is really, to tell you the truth, without any kind of ego, I've been told by 3, 4 people when they hear their music and when they see their look and on the posters, they're like the Beatles. I'm like, yeah, they're the new Beatles, and this group will stay together. And this group will really make some amazing soul healing music. And even the Beatles themselves went through a transformation, a spiritual transformation. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, with all of that love and everything. So yeah, it has that vibe, and I actually think they're going places, and the world is a much better place because of their music and their vibe, and also people like everyone talking about, that's enlightening and awakening. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share. Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Oh, go ahead. He wants to actually chime in.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm being a man of few words because,
Oh, Chico Gado.
I'm being a man of few words because I'm just kind of taking a lot of this in. Back to what's unique about this band. I myself personally, I've been on my spiritual journey for ages. I don't know how many lifetimes. There's a lot of us on this planet. I wasn't going to even come to this, but some of the stuff you talked about, it's like, I was like, for the longest time, trying to figure out how to use my gifts as a musician. I've been playing drums since I was 5. My dad was a professional musician. And for the longest time, it's like, how do I do this? And I did a lot of different things, church music, music minister, trying to connect with God. And found a lot of blockages, a lot of stuff that don't have anything to do with getting close to God's spiritual journey. Let's just put it that way. And it's kind of blown away right now, actually, because my cover band is now going this direction, and I'm just going like, I created this years and years ago. And I'm just kind of along for the ride now. I'm just kind of going, learning how to get my ego out of the way and just go along for the ride. I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. But it's pretty amazing for myself. I want to bring healing to humanity. And to see this band now taking direction. I even told these guys this summer we were playing an outdoor gig at a bar, and I was like, man, we just need to stop doing this stuff and do our original music. Like, that's our strength, playing music from our heart and doing stuff. And just in the last couple months, this band has just like done a 180, and I'm just going,
wow.
I'm blown away. This is really cool. And now to hear the stuff that you guys are saying, I'm just going, wow. It's cool because I've been on a spiritual journey. So I know a lot of the stuff you're talking about, like you're talking about sound healing. Just this last year, Source impressed on me, like, that there's power in sound frequencies. Everything's a vibration, And this 3D reality is so damn dense. Literally, I have dreams sometimes where I'm like trying to run. I used to play baseball back in the day, like trying to run from one base to the other, and literally like I'm in slow motion, and I'm with all my strength, I can't move. I was pondering this last weekend. It's like it's this dense 3D reality.
Yeah.
We gotta ascend beyond this and raise our vibration to lighten up and lighten up, right?
Yes.
Radiate up.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Keith, because people will be out there listening, and for you to like open up and share that is powerful. Because like for me, being in the healthcare realm, I would never imagine me walking on this path, like exposing myself, talking about the spiritual aspect and doing all these things. But the God, they know what is your true purpose, and they will connect. They will open the pathway for you. They will connect you with the right people. Like I was sharing with you earlier, how they connected me with Jung and Scott. Prior to meeting them, I went and saw a psychic reader, and he said there's going to be three options that I get to choose, and you will choose the least likely one in 2018. And I forgot all about it. This was happening in 2017. And toward the end of 2018, sure enough, this is the route that they want me to take. So it is true that there are a lot of souls out there who are questioning, who are doubting, who are continually searching. But the more that we share our story, the more that we bring forth this information, the more that they can relate, the more that they can say, oh, I am not alone. There are people out there that are truly awake, and we really need to start. Oh my God, I'm getting a strong vibe right now. This confirmation was just like, yes, you say it.
Yeah, I didn't get to finish what I was going to say. Anyways, what I was getting at with all that is, I'm hearing a lot about Radio Blue, and I'm digging on all that. But really, the direction of the band, it's going to be what it's going to be. But for me personally, like we were talking about some things, and what I wanted to say to y'all out there is, it's our time now. It's our time. Like, this is all cool what's going on with Radio Blue, but you mentioned the Hopi earlier. I think of the Hopi prophecy. We are the ones we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Personally, I want to empower humanity. Humanity has been kept down for thousands and thousands of years, and I want to see humanity empowered. And we've talked a little bit about how we interact in the band and how we elevate each other and how we complement each other. But we all need to do that, all of us, and we need to empower each other. And I want to see humanity lifted up to what we are, because we've been too long and run down for a long time. And we need to take our power back. It's our time now. The new paradigm is now. And that's why this is moving forward, because there are a lot of people out there who want to go for it and be all that they can be, and bring in a new consciousness, one of unity. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yeah, and the more that we unite as soul light workers, the more that we can hold down this light, and the more that we can awaken more souls. So I'm so glad that Portia connected us with your group. It's so beautiful to be able to see and know that all of us share that same mission and same desire, and that is to serve. So thank you.
Yeah. Dr. Judy, can I ask one question? We were talking before the show, as we were, talking about all the things they wanted to share. And actually, Rob had a really good message about like people that are just, the music comes through them, and and all of, I don't want to say it, but Rob, do you want to share that about some people?
Portia, before we even talked, Portia had kind of come up with some questions that were really insightful questions to kind of make us think about what inspired us in the first place. And yeah, I mean, we say we started as a cover band, right? But what that means is we were playing music that collectively we all loved, that inspired us. We mentioned a lot of it from the 70s. Tom Petty is one that, we lost him a few years ago. And a lot of times when you lose someone, people talk in lofty terms about them. But people spoke about him that way when he was around. One thing that really struck me, I think it was one of his bandmates, when asked what was so special about his songwriting. Mm-hmm. And what they said was that, people write songs. With him, it was like he just grabbed the song out of the air, fully formed. Wow. And it was amazing. you know? And the thing about that is that's inspiration. Of course, there's also work to it, right? And it's the balance of both of those. You gotta have both. You have to be dedicated to it, but also you have an inspiration. And that's what we're trying to create as a band. And sometimes together we can create that inspiration more than any one of us, put on.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really kind of tap into your higher aspect to receive that information and then to be open to actually receive and then transcribe it to humanity. And that is the gift to be able to give that as service when we bring forth the music or the work that we do. It's so beautiful. I'm going to segue to Portia and have Portia kind of have the last question and then leave the band to give us some insightful music.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to ask them a little bit if they had any last words or any one thing about their music that I love, and you're just talking about that is channeling the higher aspect and basically heaven's flow. The higher enlightenment, creative force right through them, and we remove our blockages, and all that love can flow right through. I wanted to ask them if they had any last words or messages of inspiration for people out there, searching, because we talk, like Rob said, a lot of things about lofty ideas and all of that, but some of the music is also coming from, identifying with people are going through a lot, like what he was saying. People are suffering, they're in pain. It is about consciousness right now and doing our part, but we all have to do our own part to work through that as well, and remove all that doesn't really, work in our lives anymore, the negativity. And so one thing about this band is they're so amazing about the positivity of the messages, of saying we understand where you're at, but here's, to heaven, Jim's song, and higher places, and also about going to a higher elevation, and we understand that things get hard sometimes, things are tough, and the music is very relatable, but it also lifts people up when you listen to it. People come out smiling with the concerts that they've done and just the performances in the last few weeks. It was just amazing. So I'm just going to turn some time to them, and if any of them want to share any last messages of, inspiration or empowerment, feel free. Yeah.
I know I was just the one speaking. I don't want you to.
Yeah, go ahead.
What you were just saying made me think of what I feel needs to be said. I mean, for us as musicians, it's not that it's always easy to be a musician, but the gift that we have, the gift for us is that when we go through really difficult emotional things, we have a place to put it.
Yeah.
Not only do we have a place to put it, but we have a place to turn it into something that can be beautiful and actually touch other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually feel more for people that don't have that obvious place to put it. If you're any kind of artist, you have somewhere to put that difficult emotion. And if you feel that you're not an artist, I guarantee there's something to, if we as musicians can convert it into music, there's something you do, whether it's being loving to a family member or building something, whatever it is, like you can take that emotion and channel it. And I think honestly, in some ways, it might be easier for a musician to have an obvious place to do that. But I think there's got to be a place for everyone. And not only that, here for us, anyone getting to listen to music that speaks to an emotion that we might have not been able to identify. Like that's how music becomes uplifting is where you first you go into the ground, you go into the muck so that you can feel it, and then you can transcend it. You can't really transcend it without feeling it. So music is one way for all of us, whether you're a musician or not, but there's other ways. Painting, obviously, but anything, it doesn't have to be art.
Great. Amazing. Thank you, Rob. Is there anyone else that wants to leave a message with people?
I would like to say that I feel very blessed and honored to be a part of this movement. It has awakened a spirit in me, much like I think the rest of us are feeling right now, in that what we are creating and what we are doing is for a greater purpose. And I think the message in the songs The way we sing them, we're very passionate when we sing them. The feeling that we have in our instrument, whether it be our voice or our actual, guitar, drum, bass, whatever it is, um, we can feel an energy going out of us while we're doing that. And it's very cleansing. And at the same time, we feel something coming back to us. And so there's a very, it feels like a life force that's going right through us. So I feel very honored to be a part of this.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, John. Yeah. Anyone else? Ryan, any words?
Well, I gotta say, like, doing this project has exponentially changed my life as a musician because it gives us an infinite possibility of types of music we can even do for this. Like, it's freeing. Yeah, very freeing. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. James, do you have anything?
I'll say, what's interesting about this is that we can go to a club and we can play songs that people have heard for the last 40 years plus. And it's like, and we get very little response from it sometimes. By the time we get done playing, you might hear one person clap, almost 30 or 40 people in a restaurant. Here, we've taken our ensemble in many different ways. Some of us just the two of us, or four people in the band. We'll just bring all our acoustic guitars. We'll start doing these songs. These people that hear the songs, they kind of know a little bit about some of the teachings, but they've never really heard these songs. But they are so enlivened by these songs. They start singing with us. They go beyond singing. They go into their soul songs. They start dancing. This music seems to be so uh, freeing and so enlightening that they just kind of go with it. And it's like, wow, these people don't know our music, but they're in it in ways that other people don't respond to the music. And it's very interesting to see what's going on with it. And I think that's what also kind of driving us a little bit. It's like, wow, we're bringing happiness. And then we think, oh, love, peace, and harmony. And we're bringing love, and we're bringing people being at peace, and we're definitely bringing harmony, and we're bringing happiness. And it's like, wow, we're hitting on all cylinders with this project, and we're not even trying, and we're not even really focused on doing that. We're just trying to do the best job we can with what we know. And considering that we've really only been doing this for 4 going on 5 months, and we've got all this stuff. It's very very encouraging.
Yeah, they have a whole CD out. And just, these past few months of the beautiful soul healing music and original songs, So when you're listening to it, you're listening to a vibe that's not been manifested or created before. There's some magic to that, when it's all original and it's your soul speaking. And what Jim said, I was just like, yeah, what the whole band said. But that life force is like literally it's love. It's what connects all of us. That's why people are just really taking to their music and singing and dancing, and they just feel free. They feel like little children. And you guys very much know what that is, right?
Oh, yeah.
This group of Radiate up. It's that playful energy that you just love to be around. You just can't get enough of it. And humanity is hungry for love.
Definitely.
Really.
I mean, I see it in the music industry. There's like a lack of love in the music that's coming out, especially in the millennial generation type of music. They're feeding that generation. All the kids now these days. So it's really refreshing that you guys are, coming up and producing songs that are high vibration and vibe to that our generation. All you do. Beautiful. Thank you.
And thank you.
And I think it's so important that what you're doing right now is just to bring that love, the harmony, the peace within people, and just music is I guess it's a way to. I mean, it speaks to your soul level, and what you're doing is so important, and I salute you for that. And what we need to bring these type of music more to humanities, and people need to awaken more and to need to see within themselves that they are being loved, and they need to see that they need to love themselves, and then not only that, and then bring that love out towards other people, and then work in that, and working together as community, and that's what we need. We need to build that group, the light community, and like with groups of us, light workers, which you call light workers, or even with your group too. The more of us are awakened, the more of us hold that light in within us. That would change society. Maybe not right away, but over time, when there's enough of us, I think that it really truly will change the world if everyone starts to express the love in them, and then be able to radiate that love out. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for bringing the music out to the humanity.
Yeah.
So excited to listen to their music. Would this be a good time to do that part two, Dr. Judy, or do you have other questions?
No, let's go and show the audience and let the listener get the feeling of the love that's coming from Radio Goo.
Absolutely. So here's what I would do, since I have to set up, because we want to make sure they're going to plug their sound, so it'll be better sound for your listeners.
Mhm.
Yep, exactly. The phone's telling us that. So could you give us maybe 5 to 8 minutes, and you folks can talk about your event coming up? Yeah, and then I can reset up so I have the perfect setup in the band room, and I can show you where all the magic is made. In fact, he is there. He was so excited he left the interview so he could actually I know, so he could actually start playing already. So we're ready to go. I'm telling you.
Oh, well, he's on a spiritual journey, He's got things to accomplish.
Absolutely. So he's already feeling the love. So we'll connect you there. So give us about 8 minutes to reset up and can talk about your event coming up and all the amazing things about your group, and then we'll rejoin you, okay?
All right, thank you. We'll see you in a bit.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Well, that was so amazing to hear their aspect of their soul journey, and that we all share really the same calling, and it's just that how do you define what is that calling? And whether it's like Scott, who has this amazing gift with the drawing or the music that comes through them naturally, it's just phenomenal. So in our group, we are excited to announce that the listener should check us out on radiateup.org for our upcoming workshop that is happening on the Big Island, March 15th to the 19th. And if they sign up early, because seats are limited, there is a special that is going on right now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's an early
You know,
bird.
I think there's a deadline.
So anyone who sign up right now have discounts we have right now package for singles and for couples. So if you're interested, definitely check us out. Go to radiateup.org. All the information is there, and the website will continue to be updated with more information because we have a lot of materials, but we need more time to put it up. So I'm currently working on that.
He's I know, great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hearing how the band they just kind of flow through and receive the music and um, connect by just feeling. And the same thing with our group is that when we go into the holding that space for our attendee, we are pretty much channeling the energy from our guides to really hold that space for the attendee to really truly tap into their higher aspect and access all of their true wisdom that they have agreed to come here to do. And it allows them to awaken that aspect of their soul so that they can move forward and access and assist during this time. Do you guys want to add any other
I think it's
thoughts
probably a
into
good
that?
opportunity to
Yeah, pretty,
kind of describe what the workshop, like the days, what's gonna happen throughout the days in the workshop, or what we will be presenting. Um, maybe we start with Scott. Maybe he can kind of walk us through on the first day the body that we're going to be showing. We're talking about emphasizing the body part.
Well, sure. A big part of what the workshop is going to be is being able to evaluate what your own body is doing and how to bring it back to its natural centers, and some tools that will allow you to do that. They're pretty simple but very effective. They use a very light, energetic type of touch, and but they're very, very, very powerful. Once your body starts to shift and move, then you can start to move into, the emotions a little more, and then eventually how to connect to your higher self a little better.
Yeah, and I can truly attest to that. Being a chiropractor, understanding the proper alignment and the impact that it can have on their overall health and well-being is that when your structure is out of alignment, whether it's due to a sprain, whether it's due to an injury, it really impacts the knee, the hip, and every part of the body. And eventually, you will end up having surgery to correct that problem, but that surgery itself will require more surgery in the future because we have not addressed the underlying cause, which is the alignment of the structure of the body. And with Scott's technique, the Aquarian age that he has perfected, is so amazing. You do not really require any tools. It's just your desire to learn, and you can master this protocol within a day and a half if you really truly want to learn this. And with that knowledge and that wisdom, that you can help yourself and your loved ones to really maintain and sustain that alignment, because that can prevent you from future injuries that can cost a lot of money. And so that is a very powerful technique that Scott has put together, and I'm so blown away by.
It is a very, very powerful technique that is so fun to learn how to do. And then when you know how to do it for yourself, you just feel so empowered that you come away from a workshop with such a valuable tool that you can check in with yourself and bring yourself back to your natural center. So it's really amazing.
And especially if you're very connected with your body and the energy, if you're practicing meditation, if you're practicing Tai Chi, you grasp this knowledge so quickly and applying it instantly. And we'll put up some videos of some of our attendees that took the class in San Diego that instantly see the result doing it themselves and actually immediately get that response. And Jung also has personal experience with the technique as well.
Scott introduced me to it. I was I was blown. It's my body. I was just so aligned. I wasn't, because as a software engineer, we tend to we have we tend to stare at our computer a lot and we hunch over a lot, and so we get into that kind of posture. And I didn't realize that up until I met Scott and he helped me with my posture, balancing it out. And since that day, it's just been great. People have been complimenting me. They've been saying, "Oh, you know, are you taller? You seem taller." I'm like, "You grown?" I'm like, it does help, and it really, yeah. And two people showed tell me that I grew taller, but all it was just my posture was just like like a line, perfectly aligned. So thank you to Scott for that. Yeah, and I don't. You want to add any more on that day?
Yeah, and that, well, that will be the first day, and then on the second day, Scott's going to ask the attendee to kind of review and make sure that they truly understand the wisdom that Scott is teaching, so that they can go home and actually use it, and not just kind of, oh, did I do that right? And question. You want you to like really hone in on that skill. And in the afternoon, we'll have the water therapy that will continue, and I'll let Scott explain that as well.
Well, what we're planning on doing is letting everybody that's attending go into the water to do some water therapy. So we can do some therapy in water that's about chest height, about that deep. And we're planning on just using the Pacific Ocean to do that with. So I'm really excited about that. Maybe we'll see some turtles swimming around and that type of stuff. But what happens is as the person doing the therapy for the person receiving the therapy, you just bring them down into the water so they're floating there nice and calmly, and then we create some nice movement for you. Maybe bring your body up into like a fetal position, letting one of the legs go and move you around, and stretch you and move you around in the water. So it's the three bodies. It'll be the body of the person moving around, and your body as you receive the treatment, and the body of the water, body of the water.
And what's so beautiful about this technique of using the water is that water itself is a healing effect, and being in the ocean, it's just add more of that ionization to the body, but it actually can continue from the first day. It helps the unwinding further, and it allows them to prepare their body by Sunday, that they really are so connected with their mind, body, and soul to integrate the newer energy that we will bring forth, where they will connect to the higher self. I want Scott to share a story about a client that after the water therapy, they had an epiphany.
So that comes so many times, I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
About the lady that was remembered that after the unwinding in the fetal position, and then they said that that's how they were when they fell.
Oh, okay. So it's not unusual. In addition to the therapist moving the client around, there's times where it becomes more quiet, and we just kind of hold and really observe what the body wants to do. And very often it starts with repatterning, where it will find an area of stress or conflict to some level. A lot of times really tied to some of your emotions, but sometimes something very physical can be as a cause. So one example would be you're working with somebody and all of a sudden they get really twisted up and you just go, wow, what is this strange, contortion that they're doing? And then they kind of hold that for a little bit, and then you start to see them repattern and move and twist. And the one that you were talking about, I was like saying, so what was the story? Why were you like in that twisted, contorted place? And she goes, well, that's how I ended up at the end of the fall. Like I fell down some stairs, and that's how I was laying at the bottom of the stairs. And then the other movement is actually they're repatterning, literally moving out of the trauma from that accident. Doesn't always mean it can be repatterned from something that happens real quick, like an accident. Sometimes it can be repatterning from, years of doing the same thing, you know. I get up, I drive to work, I do this, I have this stress during the day, I have this little break during the day. That happens day after day, week after week, year after year. And then they get into a pattern where they're just moving through some of those things on a physical level as well as an emotional level. So the water becomes a really great substrate for letting you release, letting you make those connections, body, mind, emotions, spirit, everything.
Yeah, and then by Sunday comes around, they're so relaxed that they're becoming one with the environment, one with their higher aspect, and therefore it makes it easier for the energy for them to connect with their higher self. But the beauty about on Sunday is that Jung and I will be channeling. Actually, all four of us will be channeling and bringing in the energy. A good example of the dragon energy would be I will go into possibly a trance of channeling and singing dragon songs and possibly chanting dragons.
And you may hear me
Chant.
go into
And
and roaring and becoming the dragon. Um, uh, as another videos that we've posted, uploaded.
yeah.
So that could go on too. Many new things that we because at that time when we open up, allow high energy, higher source energy to come through, we become facilitators of this energy for the people that are receiving. It's not just the people that are coming, I think, but we are also receiving as well. But we're allowing that, we're facilitating that energy, and when that happens, um, it's usually the higher guide, the higher self source, which will be conducting what needs to be done. And we're just going to be facilitating. And we've witnessed that during Vivian's activation of her connecting to her higher self and the dragon energy, which is really amazing. So I was probably hoping she can talk more about that, Vivian, on your experience. And we hold that energy for you.
Oh, where should I start? Well, when first got activated, I wasn't really expecting much. I was just there, just being there. And when Judy was working on me and trying to unblock my spine, I actually felt the vibrations and the chills throughout my body. And it comes to a point where I could not control my body at all. I was like literally shaking so much that it was uncontrollable. But we got to the point where, I decided that, let's just go with the flow. What I want to see what's going to happen. I mean, like, where's this going to take me? Because, the more I try to resist, the more I'm trying to hold it back and not knowing, mind keeps on running and thinking like, oh, where is this going to take me? I might, the fear kicks in, and that just kind of make it worse. The shaking and the vibrating. So once I decided to let that go and just go with the flow and let the body does its own thing, that's when the whole process starts to be smoother. And I had a lot of arm movements, and I think you will post that one of the video later on. Just some clips showing what actually occurred during my activations and
your arms were moving, your wings
what
were
happened
expanding.
then. Can't remember, but yeah, a lot of I was seeing light flashes of. Well, it happened a lot, and I couldn't remember much, but I did remember seeing like flashes of lights and just like light, lights all over it. And then what happened after that? And then something about singing. I think somehow I was singing
Yes, it's
in Chinese. I believe it was Chinese, but it sounded like Chinese. But anyways, I was thinking.
I was gonna say that
and
we discovered.
what was that? No, okay. So I was singing, and then okay, well, I was singing, and then all these emotions came through, and then it was like, for me, I had no idea where these emotions came through. It was like from like tears of joy to like lamenting, like like the, I don't know, just crying for like for humanity. That's what I get the sense out of it, and then just the joy of having this group come together and working together, and then serving humanity. That's what I get the sense out. I was just like switching back and forth. So it's like an emotional roller coaster for me. So you might experience one of these. So, but it really depends on where you're at during your on your spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing is the allowing the flow to come through and experience the divine energy that moves through us. And I that has happened to me in many occasions when we were at East Eddie Ranch, we were at Hopies, and then again in San Diego. It's very amazing when you don't expect anything, you are not trying, just be in the state of present mind consciousness and allow the flow to happen. And it's so beautiful. Once you connect, it's not the same. Jung used to say, you know, you're channeling. And I never in my wildest dreams ever considered myself channeling. And sure enough, after the San Diego workshop, we all channeled. So that's an amazing gift and skill that they assisted us with our higher aspect. And the more that we continue to serve, the more that we continue to practice, new skills are coming forward to our team, for our team, to be of assistance
And I
to
wanted
others.
to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, go
So
ahead.
you might be wondering.
I was gonna add in that
No, go ahead.
with
Go ahead.
channeling, it's,
No, go ahead.
just like with radio do too. They are also channeling too. Um, Channeling is not just where you see on YouTube where people are saying they're channeling, and you're sitting on a table and then you got some pretty stuff in the back, and then you go into some motion, and then you're speaking information out. It's not just that. It's about you connecting to deep within your heart, and then just letting things go. So when you're painting, your mind is just a smooth like water. It's just flowing, and things just working naturally, and then you're bringing in the information that you may not even be aware of that you're actually channeling, that you are. Um, such like music too. When you're writing, that stuff that comes through your mind, you don't know where it comes from. Like we were talking about earlier. That's also common, but it's just allowing more of that to come through, and then you can get more information, more about yourself and the space that we live in around. Also. But it looks like the band's ready, so it's coming along. So yeah,
How exciting.
and I think Judy's on mute. Let me see. Let me unmute you, Judy.
Your mic, Judy.
Okay.
Dr. Judy.
And then I'm gonna unmute
Yeah, I'm unmuting myself.
if that's okay, or maybe she has a mute. Oh, okay. So
We need a few minutes to.
hi, Portia.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Portia. Perfect timing.
All right. So this is Radio Goo, and we are going to do some segments of some of our songs. We went through the whole thing. We're going to start off with a little bit of our version of Love, Peace, and Harmony.
Wonderful.
Okay, and that'll give you a chance to dial in the sound. And if you can't hear anything, just let us know. But I think it should be pretty audible. We're gonna just be all on acoustics right now, so.
Do something. Okay, I didn't want to interrupt, but this actually is where all the magic is made. So you guys are in for a treat. This is the band room, the magic band room. So I'm gonna be behind the camera and helping everyone swivel so you can see everybody because you can see there's like cheese over here on the drums and Jim and everybody. So I'll swivel a little bit so you can see. I'm sorry it's dark, but that's part of the mystique of all of this. All right, guys? So it's like you're at a concert. Like, get out your phones, you know? So, yeah, light it up, radiate up. All right, here we go. Yeah, ready? Stop. Yep. All right. That's awesome. Did you love that, everybody?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Awesome. And their next song is
We'll do some of the $10 song. Can you hear everybody okay?
Yes, beautifully.
Oh, the vocals coming through okay?
Yeah. Here.
Okay, and now we'll do the first number 4. Yeah. All right, here we go. This is going to be some of the $10.
Nice.
And that's a little of the tip off.
Oh,
That's great.
Okay, and now we'll do the dragons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, how come you guys aren't all standing up? Everybody on their feet, radiate up. Yeah. Woo!
All right.
Wow, that was a
Beautiful.
that's the
Oh my
driving
God.
force for having us on.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Like all of that soul houses were like vibrating and moving in like the dragon motion. That was so cool.
Oh, awesome. You felt that. All right. Scott, was it moving through you?
Yeah, that was really great.
Awesome.
I love the title of the song too. It's just like so perfect. Dragon's Breath.
Yeah.
Love that.
After 10 o'clock here. It's usually more intense.
Usually the drums are a little bit more thundering, and our vocals are quite a bit louder on that one. And we want to get that in there.
Yeah, when you feel that, it's like wanting to roar with
The
that
energy
up.
coming from
Yeah.
the three chakras just coming up, going through my body. Pretty awesome. You guys got something there. That's amazing.
Hmm.
Love that song.
Yeah. Amazing.
Cool. Thank you for that. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Such a, yeah, it is.
That was such a treat.
Yeah, keep
Well,
on
that kind of
doing
gives
it.
you a preview of what we're up
have
to,
something.
and what we're doing.
It's gonna catch on. So awesome.
So, because of your graciousness coming on to our group, Portia, would you do the honor as I am blessing the band? You could interpret for them.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'll put you back here.
Okay. So, thank you so much, and the energy wants to bless you to continue for your service for humanity. Haya na baanu kahani ni hanu ni eno ba de katama ya na yon he makano. Kula ya de baana ya de mahaya na hanu o ya haya na ya la katana ko ni. Hoy na baana ya de katama ino ho na ya no mo ya na katama ino ho ya no. Ho na haya na he no kapano ko na ya na ya no ya me no pa ya no pe Kaya maya no pano. Kaya ya ni maya no kara kari maya neo. Kaya na ya maya no kamaya no pena ya na kaya ya na haya me na ya na o. Kuna may no papani no kaya na ya na papani me ya no. Kuna ha na pena kaya na kana me. Thank you, dear one. We are so grateful for your service at this time. We are so happy to see that you are continuing to serve humanity at this time. We love you. Thank you.
So beautiful, Dr. Judy. So you wanted me to translate a little bit?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's tap in, and all of us can go into our heart and feel that magic. And this was Dr. Judy's soul song and her soul language channel opening up. So let me do a translation from my heart, from my guidance. So, dear beloved ones, we are so grateful that we were in the presence of pure magic, of the love and connection of music to the sounds and vibrations that you uplifted us to such great heights. And we could feel the love from your heart to ours. And we could feel what Jim spoke of the love flowing from our heart to your heart, flowing back to our heart, your heart, flowing from the ocean of love, the endless sea. And we also wanted to return that love back to you and bless you, bless you, bless you, because love is endless. And when we go to the place of oneness in our heart, the love will flow infinitely from us in all directions, from everyone in the room to everyone on the channel, to all the listeners, to all of humanity, if we allow the flow of love to move forward. If we do not block this love, it will flow into every cell of our body, all the spaces in between, and it will join all of us together as one, as one, as one. We are all one together in love. We bless you, you bless us. We are one in love. How? Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Judy. That was my translation.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you very much for that. So beautiful that we are now expanding our service to more and more people, and with the music that you are playing, it's going to reach more and more. This is such a beautiful time to be alive and to serve. That we are not alone serving, that we do have our community of people who share the same platform.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for everything. And so I guess if you want to join with the concert, yeah, I'll give you more information, but it's February 15th. Yeah, it would be awesome. It's from 7 to 10, but I'll give you post more information, post a flyer, see if we can webcast everything and also connect with everyone here. And also let everyone connect with your show every Thursday at 9 p.m. right here on Radiate. Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll see you folks, and thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. So, I'll turn the camera so everybody can say goodbye. So, from James,
Thank you and good night, everyone.
Thank you, Radio Goo.
Rob,
Thank you, Forrest. Thank you, Radio Goo.
Ryan, Steve.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Yes, thank you for your time, and thank you for your sweet, beautiful music. And Portia, as always, we love you. We thank you for connecting us with Radio Goo and all these amazing people.
Absolutely.
Right.
You're so welcome. We love you
Take
folks.
care.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you.
Radiate up. We'll see you guys.
Bye.